Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video and another destination in the tour of EZA a la Gobros. So far I'm actually really enjoying let me try that again. So far I'm actually really enjoying using this unit. Got there in the end. They're a lot of fun to use. They're a lot of fun to use. Defensively, they are capable so far from what I'm seeing, but they're also very vulnerable at times, which is not their fault. You know, it does take a while to build up their passive, even with the additionals, but they can be caught very easily. I mean, so far we've faced two enemies that have int phases. Omega has two, Zamasu has one. Zamasu hits incredibly hard as it has AoEs. No int phases here, and BROLY's one of the longer phases. Now, I actually already have one rotation ready, but because Gobros is here, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Might as well. We can sort the rotations out afterwards, right? But at least they are here, which means they do get a stack in 10. It's just the fact they can do 10 mil off the bat, right? If you get them enough key, they can just do 10 mil off the bat like that, and they're gonna stack. It's still crazy to me. Like, they are so strong. Hiccups from me as well. So strong. This video started out as an absolute mess. I've stuttered, I've hiccuped. All I've got to do left now is have a coughing fit, sneeze. I don't know. Just pass out. You know, that'd be a good video, right? Put it on auto mode and just pass out. But no int phases, and we have plenty of time. I say we have plenty of time. We're going to probably do a ton of damage. But on paper, BROLY's on the longer side of things. So on paper, they should have time to build out their passive with not too much issue. Do you know what? I'm actually going to leave it like this. Am I going to leave it like this, though? Yeah, I am. Because defensively, we actually don't get that much. I mean, we're never going to have Blazing Battle active, which, I mean, they don't actually need the attack plus 20%. The only link that's giving them any defense is All in the Family. I'm actually just going to leave it like this. I mean, we might as well. These rotations work, and Gobros are already there. If I can find some time to, like, swap the rotations, essentially, and get Birdku with Gobros and Godku with the gods, I will. But we might as well just rock with it the way it is. We lose a little bit on attack, but I mean, they're stacking the entire time anyway, and they're already doing a lot of damage as it is. So I'm not really too bothered about losing out on some attack links. As I said, so far they're doing really well. As I said, I'm actually enjoying using these guys a lot. You know, the more I have been using them, the more I noticed how easy it is for them to be caught here and there. Which is fine, you know, I don't need every single EZA to come out to be defensive gods and have like 500 million damage reduction and guard and all this stuff. As long as they're able to compete in difficult content, including the newer content. Really? You have a 70% chance to dodge, and you couldn't just do me that favor. And you didn't want to dodge any of the follow-ups. Vegeto's taking the piss. You didn't want to dodge any of those attacks. It wasn't even one of those times where you just dodge the basics and take the piss and don't dodge the super. You didn't want to dodge any of them. I feel like he's gone on strike. What's going on? What's going on? 70% chance and not a single attack was dodged. But yeah, the more I am using Gobros, I won't lie, they can be caught. Again, bearing in mind, we have faced plenty of int phases against these enemies. So, you know, I'm not looking into it too much right now. Ton of key spheres, get some health back. It's not much, but it's something. It's an honest living. Some honest work. But as I said, I don't need every single new EZA and units to be defensively gods. For me, they need enough to compete. And that's enough. Like, against Fusion Zamasu, they can compete. Bearing in mind, again, 80 to 90k on a basic is a lot of damage to take. In the grand scheme of things, on a team that has between 7 to 800k HP, and pretty much every unit that surrounds them are defensively amazing, with the amount of damage they're doing, with everyone else's damage, if you get fairly lucky enough for them to not get super attacked, you could actually probably beat Zamasu fairly comfortable with them on the team. Red Zone and Mega, they have time to build out their passive, have time to stack. All you have to worry about near the end is the KO super attack, and hopefully they don't get super attacked in the beginning. Other than that, they're tanking fairly well. They did take just over 300k from a super on a Mega's second phase, which I was kind of shocked about, I'm not going to lie to you. But again, while it is quite a lot of damage, they weren't fully built up. They actually didn't super attack that many times. I think they only super attacked twice. So that's where context is important. Has mine appeared? I don't know. I mean, regardless, with the Whis active, if we're going to die here, we're going to die because we don't have a lot of health. So I'd actually be fairly surprised if we make it through this turn. I mean, I hope we do. So yeah, there was that, you know, again, they weren't fully built up against Omega at that point on the second phase, you know, those kind of things. So the super attack did actually catch them, but they survived, which was important. The only thing that shocked me was they did take that damage, and Omega is on the older side when it comes to unit. So I was a bit like, whoa, that is a bit much. As the more I am using them, the more I do notice they can be caught fairly easily. Like, it's not the worst. It's not like they're being one-shot by everyone. Of course, Broly decides to super attack in slot 1. Yeah, it's not like they're being one-shot by absolutely every enemy in the game. But they are open to some damage. They are fairly open to some damage. But at least, I mean, this is kind of the standard though. At least when it comes to normals, they can tank pretty much everyone in the game fairly fine. Apart from, again, the Masu's final phase. Just because 700k is a lot. But again, that's when it comes down to them releasing at a poor time on global where we've had that spike in difficulty. So while I am kind of noticing their flaws a little bit more, and again, that is especially because of the difficulty in content now has been increased. But while I am noticing their flaws, they are still doing fairly well. And again, they are still a lot of fun to use, which I'm a big fan of. So we do actually have a Whis active and 377k defense. VB is chilling in slot 3, going to be doing his thing. But yeah, we do have a Whis active. Well, in terms of normal attacks, again, because they're going to get to super attack first, which means they also get to build up their passive more and raise their defense on super. Broly's basics, Broly's normals will be doing double digits. 12.3, bro. Like, I love how strong they are, man. I love how strong they are. I know it's incredibly basic, incredibly simple, but sometimes big number goes boom. It's just a lot of fun. Especially because they are big number goes booming like 3-4 times in one turn possibly, which is great. Because they just do a ton of damage. But yeah, even without an item here, the normals, they're not touching the Gobros. It doesn't look like we're gonna get to see what the AoE's doing. I mean, how much does Broly's... I actually can't remember. It's actually been so long. How much does Broly's AoE's do? Like, I generally don't remember in the slightest what Broly's AoE's do for damage. I remember how much his final phase does, like 1.4, like just over. But his AoE's, I actually don't remember. I'm trying to find the video. Like, I'm scrolling and I can't seem to find it. Do you know what? I'm actually going to pop this just so we can actually get through this phase a bit quicker and not be caught by another AoE. Otherwise, we more than likely will die. Right, we got it. How much is Broly's AoE's doing? Broly's AoE's are doing 840k. So yeah, no, I think a super attack from Broly here, his AoE super would actually catch Gobro. Are you serious? You couldn't have done like 6 million and whatever that was in one. It's fine, we'll pop Berku's active. So I think after a turn of supering, again, I feel like they will take a chunk of damage against Broly's phase, AoE phase. They wouldn't die, they wouldn't get one shot, but they would take some damage. Now again, teams have between 700 and 800k, but still, like, 300k plus is still a decent amount of damage to take. So as I'm saying, I'm starting to notice a little bit more defensively how vulnerable they can be and how easy it is for these guys to be caught and take damage. But they're definitely not getting one shot. They're definitely not getting one shot apart from, like, again, Zamasu, maybe Cooler Core. Not so sure about Shadow Dragon Sin, but he starts with a lot of damage, so that one's going to be kind of tough for them. But we'll see. We'll see. So we're up to 444k defense right now. If we're not fully built up yet, I think we will be after this turn, or maybe like one of the first attacks the next time they come around. But we're not going to use an item because I want to see how much they're tanking here. Doesn't really matter if we get an 18 key, but I'm going to do it just so we can do a ton of damage. Maybe I should have left those key spheres to the blues because now they're not going to 18 key, which means they don't get the guaranteed additional. Hopefully the dupe system's on my side. They got 2 dupes, so it's possible. We need the additional. We need the additional. They can't dodge, so we need the additional. One major advantage right now, of course, is literal type advantage. So, of course, we're going to tank even better. We're going to do even more damage as well, which they already have an abundance of. But they are naturally going to tank a bit better here. And there's 3. Yeah, so I think 2 or 3 attacks for them to tank. 1 super is down against Godku, which is actually a good thing. Because if Broly is going to super attack a second time, I want it to be against Gobros, because at least we get to see how they tank. And Broly's actually not 1.4, he's 1.2, so they're actually going to tank better than I thought they were going to do. Broly is 1.2 million on a super here. Really? We're not getting no additional supers again? Well, of course, we're fine on normals. Damn, bro. What's going on? My Gobros aren't having none of it. No additional supers. They additional do 3 times then. They didn't want a super attack on any of them. Damn, it's tough out here right now. Can't get it to save my life. Okay, we're like around about the half HP mark. So hopefully we don't get super attacked. But Gobros are definitely going to be built up at this point. Definitely going to be built up at this point. We're literally on turn 8. The next time they appear is turn 9. So I'd hope they'd be fully built up by now. Which, of course, we don't get to see that much nowadays. Again, are we good? I feel like we're good. I mean, he has his guard type of advantage. He's stacked. I don't know how many times he's stacked, though. I mean, we're alive, but we do not have a lot of health left. I mean, at least everyone on this rotation is a tech unit, so there's that. Like, I've actually just realized Broly's still dangerous here. Like, you have time to build up units and get them ready for Broly just naturally because it's one of the longer stages in the game, which, again, we don't have a lot anymore. So we're stage 5, longest, stage 6. Not stage 6, phase 5, phase 6, sorry. But I'm not gonna lie, Broly's still kind of dangerous, you know. 1.2 mil. You know, that's still a decent amount of damage. You know, it's not as much as it used to be. 1.2 million twice? That's still kind of dangerous if you're not careful. We're on 64k HP in a dream, but we are still alive though. We do have the active. I mean, no, they were actually fully built up last turn. 444k defense. Our defense hasn't moved. They are actually fully built up. So fully built up 444k defense with 30% defense raises on the potential between 1 and 3 supers. 4 including the potential system. Broly does 1.2 mil here. I'd like to say they would be okay. I'd like to say at most, if they super attacked enough, they would take like 200k, which is great. If they don't super attack as many times, I think you're looking at 300, which isn't too bad. Again, it's a decent chunk of damage to take. I'm not going to lie to you. It is just naturally a decent amount of damage to take. However, they don't die. They don't get you killed. So at least they're actually like surviving some of the hardest hitting enemies in the game. But this also reminds me, we could actually get a new like family Kamehameha unit. Not another Gobros unit. We could generally have like an LR Goku, Gohan, and Goten. And they would actually probably link fairly well with LR Gobros. And because this unit came out in 2019, so we actually need a new updated animation for family Kamehameha. I don't know why this is taking so long to load, but we actually need an updated family Kamehameha. Dokkan, drop us an LR family Kamehameha unit that is literally called LR Goku, Gohan, and Goten. Make them a beast slot 1 unit. Have the updated animations for the family Kamehameha, which will slap, and then have them link with these guys almost perfectly. And you have an amazing rotation. But yeah, that's a story for a different day. Once again, let me know your thoughts of EZA LR Gobros down in the comments. I'm having a lot of fun using them. They are incredibly strong. As I said, I'm very much noticing their weaknesses right now in terms of, it's just mainly defense. Not only they were released at a wrong, like quite a bad time for them on global, but defensively they can be very vulnerable. It can get quite techie with them because they don't have the most defense, and it does all depend on RNG and how many additional supers do end up popping for you. But as I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and peace.